संस्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः. Welcome to the discussion on the science of worship. We are studying about the worship, that is puja, which we call puja. So we had covered up to Samanya Arghya. In the last class, I had described about Arghya and what is Samanya Arghya, the general Arghya in the last class. Today we were in the final part or the end part of Samanya Arghya. Now I'm going to revise Samanya Arghya again in a smaller way and then go to the end part which I had left in the last class. But before that, let me tell you something about the science of worship. We will discuss the significance and the science behind worship. So we have discussed about worship in the last 2 or 3 classes. Worship then has two aspects, external and internal. And a complete puja should comprise both these aspects. That is what the scriptures say. Mental worship must accompany every act of external worship. A general idea about mental worship can be had from the instructions given in the Mahanirvana Tantra on the internal worship of Adya Kali, Divine Mother, the primordial power worshipped as the Divine Mother. Now, when we study this internal worship, the Manasa Puja, then we can understand the external worship in a better way, the significance. So, especially the Samanya Arghya, some things are there which are to be explained with the help of this internal puja. That's why, though I had read this part, I had also explained about this part in the last class, I am again bringing that Manasa Puja to you. And what is that? Offer the heart lotus as a seat for the Divine Mother. We are not at starting the proper Samanya Arghya. We are just discussing. When I come to the proper Samanya Arghya, then I will ask the PPT to be produced there. The picture has already come. So we need not display the diagram. So now I am just discussing about Manasa Puja, the internal worship, whereby we will get a view of what is the external worship too. So now offer the heart lotus as a seat for the Divine Mother. So when you are worshipping God, what are you to offer? We offer the external asana for Divine Mother to sit. But in the Manasa Puja, it is the heart lotus which is offered as the asana, the seat for Divine Mother. Or whatever God you are worshipping. It may be Ganesha, it may be Shiva, it may be Narayana, any other deity which you are worshipping. The nectar originating, Amrita, we have the Amrita, the nectar originating from the Sahasrara. See now, in the language of yoga, we have that the Sushumna canal, it starts from that is the backbone, it starts from the top of the head, it goes down to the backbone, end of the backbone, it's called coccyx, where the bone is called the last thing called the coccyx. There it is the Exactly, it's the plane of consciousness. Inside there is a hollow canal. On either side there is the two nerves, the Ida and Pingala. In the center there is the hollow canal that is called Sushumna canal, Sushumna Nadi. Now the topmost here, that is where the backbone goes up to the head and ends here at the top of the head, that is called the Sahasrara Chakra. Generally, you can see the priests or the people who are doing puja or the brahmacharins will have a shikha, the tuft of hair. That will be exactly at that spot. So, here, the topmost point, as you proceed from the backbone to the head, the topmost plane of consciousness in that Sushumna canal, it is again what you call, it's the feeling, the plane of consciousness. You can't find any lotus or anything physically. If you cut open that place and see, you can't find. It is a plane of consciousness. It is the mind, the way your mind is. So on the topmost there, it is called the thousand petal lotus, which is called as the Sahasrara. So that is called Sahasrara, the thousand petal lotus, the topmost point. So now in that Sahasrara, we have the nectar, the Amruta. Now coming down to the next chakra is the Agna chakra between the brows, eyebrows behind at that Sushumna canal. Then again, if you come down at the throat level, it is the Vishuddha chakra. Then at the heart level, it's called the heart lotus. It is the Anahata. Then coming down just behind the navel, exactly in that Sushumna canal, it is the Manipura. Then if you go below, behind the sexual organ, on the Sushumna canal, it is the last one is the Manipura, then it is the Swadhisthana. Like that we have 6 chakras. So the topmost, which is called the Sahasrara, has the nectar in it. So that is what it is mentioned here. Offer the heart lotus, that is the Anahata chakra, as the seat for the Divine Mother or God, whichever God you are worshipping. Then the nectar originating from the Sahasrara in the head as the water for washing her feet, that is Padya, and Arghya, and for Arghya, offer your mind, offer the same nectar for her bathing, Snaniyam, and for drinking water, Paniyam, also the same nectar. Offer the Akasha Tattva, the principle of ether, as a cloth to the Divine Mother. We were expressing about that. Now, now coming back to the proper puja, the ritual. Now you are going to the ritual and the slide will be produced there. So now we are going to give you the diagram of Samanya Arghya. We will start with that Samanya Arghya. The mandala is also written. I have explained about that in the last class. Now with the background of this, I am going to explain the Samanya Arghya in detail. Now let us come to the Samanya Arghya. First I will go through the Samanya Arghya. General Arghya. I have explained about what is Arghya. First I took in the general way, it is the water offered to the Lord whom you are worshipping, or a venerable person is called Arghya. Now here Samanya Arghya has a different meaning. And I also told we offer Arghya at the feet of the Lord before the worship, especially in the worship of Ramakrishna and other places. And what is that Arghya? I explained about that too. Arghya is prepared as follows: smear a fresh and broad bilva leaf with sandal paste, white and red. Sprinkle some akshata, rice over it. Place one, if possible, or three durva grass, blade of grass, and a red hibiscus flower or aparajita flower can also be used. So, if you don't find any multipetal flower, can be placed there. The whole thing with the bilva representing the intelligence or the gnana, then the gandha emotions, that is bhakti, that is the sandal paste is indicative of the bhakti devotion. Then we have the arghya, then akshata representing that undivided atman akhanda. Then we have the flower, the tattva, that is the manas, chitta, the mind stuff. So all this together, it forms our mind. So the arghya is representative of my mind, ego, it covers everything. So whole my internal personality. So before starting puja, generally we give arghya, touching that arghya, the whole thing at the head of the Lord, then the chest and the 2 feet, and then keep at the feet of the Lord. This is offering arghya, one of the ways we offer arghya. So as I told you, in different contexts, it has different meaning. So that is called arghya. We offer, that means before puja, at the time of puja, we are completely offering ourselves. Here we are offering the mind to the Lord, the whole mind to the Lord, in the sense I'm surrendering myself at the feet of the Lord. That is the significance of offering arghya at the feet of the Lord. Now we are coming to samanya arghya. As I told you, in different context, the arghya varies. In the Ramakrishna ashrama, now we do in that the puja which we do, samanya arghya, general arghya, is done in this way. What is that? This is to purify the water to be used in the puja. On the floor in front, slightly to the left, draw with the right ring finger dipped in water a triangle, then a circle enclosing it, and then a square around that. We have shown the figure there, it's concentric. Worship the diagram with flower besmeared with sandal paste, saying Om Ete Gandha Pushpe. The mantra is also given there. Ete Gandha Pushpe Adhara Shaktyadibhyo Namaha. Last time I had told the meaning. Ete means this, Gandha and Pushpe. In Sanskrit there are vachanas. As in English we have singular and plural. If it is one, it is singular, and if there are more than one, it is plural. That is, in Sanskrit it can be translated as Ekavachana and Bahuvachana. Now here in Sanskrit we have one more thing. What is that? If it is just one, it is Ekavachana. If it is two, it is called Dvivachana. Then if it is more than two or three, more than three and above, it's called Bahuvachana. So if there are two things, then it is called Dvivachana. Now they have used this here, Ete Gandha Pushpe, because there are two things. What is that? Gandha and Pushpa, two things. So it is Pushpe means Dvivachana. Ete is also used that way. This two things, what is that? Gandha, that is the sandal paste, red and white, and Pushpa, that is a flower besmeared with the sandal paste. Adhara Shaktyadibhyo Namaha. I am offering to all the Adhara Shaktis. As I told you, there are many Adhara Shaktis. In ordinary puja, we don't individually call all the Adhara Pujis and Adhara Shaktis, the energies, forces of the support, and worship it. But in general, all the together we worship. Just like if there are 15 people, we give uh, something to them. All of you distribute it. Just mentioning one of the name of one person of the 15 people or somebody, we tell so and so, and all of them, you take this, distribute it. Like that, we To all the Adhara Shaktis, we are giving just one flower besmeared with sandal paste. I also mentioned every time we offer something, we besmear with sandal paste, indicating that we are giving everything with devotion. Because whatever we don't give with devotion, the Lord may not accept it. Only when we give any object, because the whole world is His, we are not giving anything special to Him. So, what is that we are giving? He accepts it only when we give it with devotion. That's why we that besmearing with sandal paste, whatever we give, will be done. It's indicative of giving everything with devotion, bhakti. So now going forward, then wash the kosha. That there is one copper vessel. It has been kept there on the diagram. Another copper vessel. So the first copper vessel is in the shape of the heart, and the smaller one is just like a spoon. It has been placed just to show you how that is placed on the diagram. The diagram will not be as big as that. I had explained that in the last class. It will be very small compared to that kosha and kushi. Just to place it and keep it to make it clear, we have made that big picture, and this is small. That will be very big, and compared to that, this diagram will be very small below it. So after worshipping that with that flower, we keep that. We wash this kosha and kushi, the two vessels. One is like the spoon. Kosha is called that thing which we fill the water, the bigger one, and kushi is the smaller one. So we wash it, uttering the word Phat, then place it over the figure and uttering Namaha, fill it with water. We fill the water, maybe mixed with Ganga water to make it pure. Then we mix that water, Ganga water, or fill that vessel with Ganga water, uttering Namaha, the mantra Namaha. Now, uttering Om, place an Arghya. So now, I explained to you that preparation of Arghya. Again, I will tell you how is Arghya prepared. Bilvapatra, broad Bilvapatra is taken, smear it with sandal paste to all the three leaves. Then we keep Akshata on it, that is the unbroken rice, added with little ghee or oil, then putting either turmeric or kumkum sindoor, vermilion. We mix it, then make it akshata. Sometimes if you don't have this, just washed rice, wet rice also can be kept. So that is akshata, it's called akshata. Then after that we are placing either 3 durva grass or 1 durva grass on that. Then a multi-petal flower. It will be, if possible, red hibiscus multi-petal flower or aparajita flower. If you cannot find that, you can keep any flower on that. This whole thing represents Arghya here. So we place this at the top of that vessel, the edge of the vessel. You can see below it is the place where it accumulates water, but as you go forward it is narrowing, so it heightens up. So there at the top you place this Arghya. So another time I will also show you the picture when how the Arghya is kept. This time it is not there. So there at the top where the vessel goes on becoming smaller, there the Arghya is kept. It is at a little height. So then what is it done? After placing that Arghya on the top of that, at the tip of the kosha, chant the following mantras touching the water in the kosha with Ankusha Mudra. Last time I showed you that mudra and also explained this is Ankusha Mudra, and I also explained about mudra. So I'll again explain about mudra later on when that Avaguntana mudra comes. Now because this is all repetition, I'll go forward with the Ankusha Mudra. We touch the water which has been filled up into the kosha, telling the mantra Om Gange cha Yamune chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Jalesmin Sannidhim Kuru. You can see the mantra given there. Om Gange cha Yamune chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Jalesmin Sannidhim Kuru. So it's all the name of different rivers which are very sacred in Hinduism. So we ask all these rivers to come and be present in this water. So that is the meaning of that mantra. Jale means water. Asmin in this. Sannidhim, your presence. Kuru, be felt. That is the meaning. So this mantra can be used in your house where you fill up your water for drinking. Then that water will be purified, where all the rivers will come there and feel their presence. So you're drinking that sacred water. Even before taking bath, when the water is collected in the bucket or whatever vessel you use, if you touch that in Ankushamudra and chant this mantra, Om Gange Chamune Chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Jalaismin Sanidhin Kuru, with the power of the mantra and the mudra, that all the rivers from the solar orb, thereby invoking the holy waters from the solar region into the water. From the solar region, that sacred water will come and be present wherever you invoke it. So now we are invoking it to the puja here. Even while we are personally taking bath, we can invoke, tell that mantra and invoke all the 7 rivers into it. Make that water purified and you can feel. You need not go to Ganga. You need not go to Yamuna and take bath there. You can bring all those rivers by this mantra, power of this mantra and mudra. You can invoke them into a place where you are taking bath and you can feel the presence of that all that rivers, sacred rivers, and you will be purified. Even drinking water, even cooking water can be purified in your house. So wonderful concept. You can see that concept. So all the feelings. With that feeling, you can really get that. Whatever you think, you become. Yad bhavam tad bhavati. Whatever you think, you become. Likewise, if you feel all these things, presence of the river, by this mantra and by that mudra, then you can see that all that sacred rivers will assemble there. Then you can take bath, you can drink that, you can use it for cooking. So everything you can feel that it is becoming purified, purified. All those people who have taken that food cooked from that or water, then they will become purified. So it will be felt because that energy comes into that, the energy which you have felt, the thought energy, it converted into that spiritual energy and it will go to that food or water and that will affect the people who take it. You may be knowing that while cooking, the mother in the house, there may be many shortage of so many spices and good things. But even then, the food will taste very beautiful when mother cooks it. What is that extra energy which has come into that? Suppose you go to the restaurant, you go to some hotel, there may be the best things put there, but it may be something special, but it will not be as tasty as the mother cooks it. What is there special? So the mother, the love of the mother, when she is cooking, she will be always feeling, it is for my children, it is for my husband, it is for my parents, so I should do with great care. So that feeling of love, feeling of devotion, affection, that energy, the thought energy is converted into that strength in the form of energy and enters that food. That's why when people with bad character, it is found people with no good morality, immoral people, or who do not have good character, when they cook, that bad thoughts will enter that food, and if you eat, you will be influenced by that. Likewise, when mother cooks, she converts that love and affection of hers, and that will enter the food. When you eat that, it will be very tasty and you will feel very happy because that love of the mother has come into that. Likewise, here, when you are doing puja, the mantra and the feeling which comes with that, and the mudra. So, behind the mudra, behind the mantra, there is this feeling that all the 7 sacred rivers are coming, assembling here with that thought when you invoke. So the spirit, it is converted into spiritual energy. The mantra energy and the thought energy is converted into spiritual energy. So the sacredness of that all the 7 rivers is felt here. So we can use it in that way too. Now here we are invoking into this water. As I told you in the beginning, what is this Samanya Arghya, general Arghya? This is to purify the water to be used in the puja. And what did we tell there behind when we were telling about the science of worship in the Manasa Puja? That we should offer the nectar of the Sahasrara. We have the nectar in the Sahasrara. So that nectar, Amrita, is to be offered to the god as Padya, as Arghya, washing the hands, washing the feet, then as water to wash the mouth, Achamana, then as water to Naivedya also. Naivedya also is given with this nectar. So nectar is given, Amrita, as everything. So that's why now we are, what is that? What is the meaning of purification here? Purification of the water. We'll go forward and see that. I will explain that. We'll go to the much more deeper thing. So now, thereby invoking the holy waters from the solar region into the water, then putting a few fragrant flowers with sandal paste. As I told you, sandal paste is indicative of bhakti, devotion, as well as some rice, that is akshata. Then into that water, show avaguntana mudra. Now we are going to the next mudra, that is called avaguntana. So it will be indicated in the slide now in the PPT. The next mudra, it's called the avaguntana mudra. So we can move the slide. We are going to the next mudra, that is the avaguntana mudra. So there in the avaguntana mudra, saying we have to utter the mantra whom. So when we write the mantra as HUM, whom, you can also think as HUM, hum. So that's why I have written the spelling as HOOM, the correct pronunciation. It's very difficult to bring out the Sanskrit pronunciation, the Hindi pronunciation, or any Indian language pronunciation in English, because English has its own lacunae. So here the correct pronunciation is HOOM, whom. So that's why I've written that HOOM. So that bija mantra has to be repeated now while showing that avaguntana. How to perform this avaguntana and what is this bija mantra, I am now going to explain. So now it is the process of covering that water with this mudra and the mantra. So now we should know, first time we have been introduced we knew that Om as one of the mantras and other mantras, everything we have that idea, Mananatrayateti mantra. But we never heard about Bija mantra. For the first time, the concept called Bija mantra here, it has come here, that is whom. What is this Bija mantra? Translated literally, it is called seed mantra. Bija means seed, mantra means you know. So what is this Bija mantra? It is single syllable sounds. Now, what is the concept of Bija mantra? Just like the whole tree or the plant or anything is hidden, is potent inside the seed, the small seed, the whole big tree, huge tree is hidden or is in the potential form, the hidden form, unmanifested form in that seed. So also each deities, there are so many deities in divine gods and goddesses in Hindu pantheon. So each of them have one seed mantra. The whole energy of that god or goddesses is hidden in that seed mantra. It is one single syllable, just like in Om, one syllable, that mantra, the whole energy of the creator god Ishvara is hidden. Likewise, the different gods and goddesses, that energy is hidden in the form of that, just like I told, the seed, the whole tree is hidden. So that's called Bija mantra, single syllable sounds. In different contexts, it will mean different. So it may give different meaning. What is this whom? Is a mantra of the inner fire. So that is thermogenic force. So is a mantra of the inner fire or the thermogenic force. So that is the meaning of this bija mantra or seed mantra, the single syllable sound Om. So in different places it is used for different purposes. We can see in future in the Bhuta Shuddhi it is used to inspire or wake up the Kundalini energy. As I told you, the Sushumna canal, the last, this thing, it is just like the triangle coccyx. So Mulashangata, there is the Muladhara chakra, the lowest plane of existence, lowest plane of conscience, our consciousness. So the mind level is Muladhara. So there, that is the seat of Kundalini, the latent power, the sleeping power, all our energy is sleeping there. So that is the place of Divine Mother, that is the place of Ganesha. The color of that chakra is red. All of that we can explain in future. So there the Kundalini is sleeping. So how to awaken that Kundalini? So this Bija Mantra, by repeating this Bija Mantra Hum, you can awaken that Kundalini. That's why it's a mantra of the inner fire or thermogenic force. So now we are using this Bija Mantra while we are uttering the Bija Mantra Hum, we are showing the Avaguntana Mudra. Now we'll go to, I explained about the concept of Bija Mantra. Then I explained about what this Hum represents. In different contexts, it will mean different. So now here I've told while we are doing this Avaguntana Mudra, we use this Bija Mantra Hum. The meaning of Hum also I told. Now we shall see this Avaguntana Mudra. As I have earlier explained, what is this mudra or poses of the hands? Certain poses of hands which are pleasing to all the devatas. Devatas means gods and goddesses, by means of which all the burdens of sins are destroyed, are known as mudras. Mudras are used during worship, japa, meditation, invoking of the deity, installing of the deity, offering of naivedyam, etc. So this is mudra. Last time I told about Ankusha Mudra, the goad, just like the goad which is used to control the elephant, which is used to invoke all the rivers into the water. Now we are showing the Avaguntana Mudra. You can see the picture there in the presentation on the screen. You can see the picture. That is Avaguntana Mudra. I will repeat it again. Avaguntana Mudra. So I will give you the spelling Avaguntana. It is also written there on the screen. Avaguntana, Avaguntana, Avaguntana. So that T, Avaguntana, there T, it will be pronounced as Ta, not Ta. Two are there. Alpa Prana in Sanskrit, there are two terms, Alpa Prana and Mahaprana. If you use less energy, the breath power from the lungs, then it is Alpa Prana. Little energy is used, little breath. So that is Ta. If it is Mahaprana, that is more energy. If you are using more energy to utter that, it is called Mahaprana. How is it pronounced? Ta. Ta is Alpa Prana, less energy of the lung. Then Ta is Mahaprana. So that Avaguntana, that is the two words which are used in Sanskrit. Ta, ta, just like ka, ka. So in the consonants, it is not there in vowel, it is in consonants only. So you know that in Sanskrit there are these 25 Vargiya Vyanjana, consonant which are grouped, and there are another ungrouped which are not put into any group, Avargiya Vyanjana, consonants. So in this Vargiya Vyanjana you find these two difference. In the Avargiya Vyanjana you don't find these two difference. So here Yara, Lava, Shasha, Sahala, Ksha, these are all the Avargiya. ungrouped. You cannot be grouping. You are not grouping it. But in the Vargiya Vyanjana, you find these Alpa Prana and Mahaprana. Ka, Kha, Ga, Kha, Nga. So like that, all the things 25 are there. I can't repeat all of them. Now here, Ta, Tha. That's the Mahaprana. So here you have to use this as Avagunthana Mudra. So how to do that? How to perform that Avagunthana Mudra? I'll explain it to you. Closing the left palm. This is the left palm, you see. Closing the left palm in a fist like this. Then stretch the forefinger. When you stretch the forefinger and it is facing below like this. See here. The left hand, the left palm, closing it first, the fist, then just stretch. You can see the picture there like this. With the palm downwards, move the outstretched forefinger, see like this in this pattern, in the clockwise direction. See now you have this on the diagram, you have that Kosha Kushi, you have invoked all the water, filled that water. So as if you are covering that with this Avaguntana Mudra like this from the left to the right. That is clockwise direction. You have to move it. So along a semicircle in the clockwise direction. So this mudra is called Avaguntana Mudra. I have showed you how to do that. What is that Avaguntana Mudra? How you have to do like this. Telling the mantra while you are doing, performing it, you have to tell whom, the mantra whom. This mudra is used for, what is this use? What is the use of this mantra? For protecting items of offering during worship from evil influences by covering them as it were with a subtle envelope. So now suppose you have prepared some good items, food items or something. You have to cover it from the dust falling on it or impurities falling on it or flies or something coming and sitting on that, mosquitoes or some insects. What do? You cover that maybe with a transparent glass casing or a steel covering or something. You cover it. So this process is also covering this, whatever you are now using, this Avaguntana Mudra. Now we are doing this Argya, Samanya Argya, simple Argya, general Argya. So we are covering that envelope. It's a subtle covering. You may not see it. It is the feeling. And what is that feeling behind it, covering that? I will explain. Now first we will know it physically, then we will go to the deeper meaning. This mudra is used for protecting items of offering during worship from evil influences by covering them as it were with a subtle envelope. That is Avaguntana Mudra. I showed you how to do it in the semicircle clockwise direction like this. Okay, I think I have showed it too like this, and the mudra is also given there. So I'm from here, from the left hand, the palm, where the palm is outstretched like this, then you are doing it. Okay, from the, that's, I've showed you the direction. You should not confuse because I'm sitting here and you are facing me. The left and right will become opposite in your case. So I'm telling left of you. It is moving from left to right. And also the other way, it is clockwise direction. You know, clockwise and anti-clockwise. It is in the, you are moving it in the clockwise direction. Okay. So now it is clear, I think. Now while this is all the physical thing which I have explained. Now let us go deeper into this meaning. So I told you it is cover envelope. You know, in India, the mothers, especially women, they wear one covering on the head, covering their face, isn't it? How do they do that covering? So they catch hold of the pallu or that end of the sari or whatever they are wearing, then they cover it like this on the face, cover the face like this, isn't it? So it is similar to that. That is called Avagunthan. Guntana. Avaguntan means covering. Whatever you cover, it's called Avaguntan. So you can say, how do they do? They catch hold of the sari or that cloth mask or something like that and do this covering, isn't it? So it is similar to that. So just like they cover, or uncover, isn't it? They cover the face or anything, the body, they cover with the cloth or they uncover with this mudra like this. That is the mudra here, avaguntana. So that is also used in the same sense. So here also with this mudra, the same way you cover the head, the women cover it or uncover it, you are covering this thing here. So what is the significance? What is that? The protecting the items of offering or this argya, whatever you are covering it with avaguntana mudra, you're protecting that. Mentally you feel that it is covered and it is protecting by what are you protecting the items of worship or this water, the samanya argya, from evil influences to keep it pure. Now how do you internalize it? How do you give the significance, the spiritualize it? So now what is it, what are you that you are covering or uncovering? The two processes are there with avaguntana, that is you are covering or uncovering. What is that you are covering? You are covering the layer, the cloth of knowledge, covering that this thing, feeling that it is protected so that no other impurities falls and it will be kept pure. That is the significance of doing this avaguntana mudra. Okay, so covering it. Then what is uncovering? What are you uncovering? So we are all covering our heart, our mind with the layer of ignorance. So you are removing this layer of ignorance. You see this as ordinary common water. No, it is not ordinary common water. You have invoked all the seven rivers, so it becomes sacred. Then you have told the mantra and purified it. Now there is one more thing, one more next aspect. What is that? What is that? First you are covering with the layer of knowledge, and then you are uncovering the layer of ignorance, removing the layer of ignorance by the avaguntana mudra or covering it with the layer of knowledge. So now what is the next step after the avaguntana mudra telling whom? Then it is dhenu mudra. Shall we go to the next mudra? We will be going now. The picture will be displayed on the screen. So it is dhenu mudra. So I will explain what is dhenu mudra now. The picture will be, I think, displayed on the screen in maybe few seconds. We shall now go to the dhenu mudra. What is this dhenu? What is the meaning of dhenu? Dhenu means cow. So the udder of the cow, that is called dhenu mudra. The udder. You have seen the udder of the cow. See, now in maybe in few seconds you will be the, yeah, now it has come. So the slide is showing the dhenu mudra. So how is the finger posed here? Just like the udder of the cow from which it issues the milk. So that is called dhenu mudra. So I will explain the dhenu mudra. Now see the spelling is given there, dhenu, dhenu. Dhenu means cow, dhenu mudra. So the cow's udder. Crossing the fingers of both the hands. That's why I've given the two figures so that it will be from different angles. You can be clear about that. Now I'm explaining it. Crossing the fingers of both the hands, join the tip of the little finger of one hand with that of the ring finger of the other, and the tip of the forefinger of one hand with that of the middle finger of the other. It's a little tough. In the beginning, it may look like tough. As you go on practicing it, it will become easy. See the diagram properly. I'll explain it again. How to pose this. Crossing the fingers of both the hands, join the tip of the little finger. Join the tip of the little finger. What is the little finger? You know that, the small one. Little finger, tip of the little finger of one hand with that of the ring finger of the other. Easy. You could catch it. Similar. the ring finger of the other with the tip of the small finger. So you have done that. Next, what is to be done? And the tip of the forefinger, this is forefinger and this is a middle finger. So forefinger of one hand with that of the middle finger of the other, it's clear. And reverse, middle finger of the other hand with the forefinger. Okay, now you're joined. Now finally keep the thumbs of both the hands joined together. So this is Dhenu Mudra. So now it is there in the diagram. I have explained it twice and made it clear now. Now I'm going to, you be also practicing how to do that, seeing the picture. And also now I will tell what is the use of this Dhenu Mudra. This mudra represents the udder of the celestial cow Kamadhenu. The heavenly cow Kamadhenu, the celestial cow Kamadhenu, whose milk is considered as nectar in Amrita. By showing this mudra, the worshipper makes the item of worship, offerings, etc. nectarine. Hence, this mudra is also called Amritikarana mudra, converting that simple water into nectar like. That is the meaning of Amritikarana mudra. With this mudra, and we have to utter also another bija mantra. I have explained what is bija mantra. Now we are repeating another bija mantra to convert this simple water, the sacred water with all the seven rivers, and also we have worshipped it with flowers, sandal paste and everything. Now you have to convert this simple water. You know that scientifically it is H2O, it's simple chemical molecules of H2O. Now that will be through your feelings and the mantras and the mudras, you are converting it into nectar like. So to convert it, what is the bija mantra used? I will tell you the bija mantra or the single syllable word which is to be used for converting this is Vam. Okay, the mantra is Vam, it is given there. Below the mudra in the picture it is there, Vam, V-A-M, Vam. Okay, what is this Vam? As I told you, it is the Amrita Bija Mantra. It is also the deity Varuna. Amongst the gods, there are so many gods and goddesses. So Indra, Chandra, Vayu, Varuna with small letter. It's not the Ishvara. The deities, other deities like Indra, Chandra, Vayu, Varuna, so many other things. So Varuna Bija Mantra. So I told you Bija Mantra will be used for in different contexts too. So it is the Amritikarana Bija Mantra. For the nectar, it is also Vam and also it is Varuna Bija Mantra. Okay. I've told you about the mantra, the Bija Mantra and the Mudra. Now I will show you how to pose that Mudra in my hands. I will show that how to make it. Okay. I have showed it in the picture. I have explained it to you in words. Now I will show you because it's little considered not very tough. It's little tough. So I will show you how to do that. Okay. Please watch it carefully. I will show you that. Now this is the way you can put the Dhenu Mudra. See, these are the two hands crisscrossing. See, so easy. You see, I did it so fast. Like this, then the thumb. See, both the pose I am showing this way and this way. Okay, see, it's very easy. Combining it like it, then crisscrossing. The thumbs are there in the end. The forefinger with the middle finger, and the middle finger of the other hand with the forefinger is joined. Okay, now the ring finger with the, I will show it like this way. Okay, it will be still easier for you to see. See, now the forefinger of one hand, this is the forefinger of one hand with the middle finger tip of the other hand. Okay, then similarly this forefinger with the middle finger. Okay, these are locked. Now the ring finger of one hand with the small finger, then the little finger of the other hand with the small. Okay, see now I'll show it in the different angle like this. Then this way also you have seen. So this is just like the udder of the cow. So this is called Dhenu Mudra. Okay, you could see that. Again, I will pose it for you to make it easy. See now it is like this. Okay. Now I will put only these two. The first one forehand and the forefinger and the middle finger. Then it is the other forefinger and the middle finger. Okay. Now you got it. Now the ring finger and the tip of the thing. And again the ring finger. Okay. Now you got it easy, isn't it? It's clear. And the thumbs will be joined like this. Thumbs are joined like this. So this is Dhenu Mudra. This is one angle. This is the other angle. Okay, you got it. I'll show it again. Very simple. See, the hands are like this. The first one, the forefinger and the middle finger join, and the other forefinger and the middle finger join. Then the ring finger and the small finger. Then this one. Okay, so easy, you see. Then the thumb is joined. This is Dhenu. I do it very quickly, you see. No difficulty at all. Dhenu. Okay. So this is the mantra to be told at that time is Vam. You should not VAM in English. It's very difficult to bring out that. So it is Vam. If you write VAM, you can pronounce it as VAM also. It is not VAM. It is Vam. 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 So that is the Bija mantra. That is the Amruti Karana. So this mudra also is converting that simple water into nectar, Amruta. So that is the meaning of this mantra. Okay, I will read that again. What is the use of putting this mantra? This mudra, the mudra represents the udder of the celestial cow Kamadhenu. Okay, whose milk is considered nectarine. Nectarine means Amruta. By showing this mudra, the worshipper makes the item of worship, that is offerings, etc. nectarine. So hence this mudra is called Amrutikarana mudra also. Dhenu mudra, and also another name is Amrutikarana mudra. That is converting ordinary thing, the ordinary food item or ordinary water into nectar. So it is also Bija mantra of Varuna. So God Varuna. So both I have told about Dhenu mudra. Now we will come back to the deeper meaning of this Samanyarghya. What is the other deeper meaning here? Okay, the whole thing we have completed by the Avaguntana mudra like this. Then the Dhenu mudra showing, you should not show like this. It should be shown towards the water, the Kosha and Kushi, the water where you have invoked that all which you want to purify, the Samanyarghya. Okay, you should, the direction of the mudra or the finger, the udder, this thing, as if the milk, the nectarine, the nectar from your that mudra is falling into the water and it is becoming nectar like. So you should put that mudra downwards towards the water. Okay. So with the uttering that mantra Vam and covering it with, then afterwards in the last you are covering it with Matsya mudra. The next mudra is Matsya mudra. Now on this thing you will go towards the next mudra, that is Matsya mudra. We are in the Dhenu mudra. The next mudra is Matsya mudra. Now it will be shown on the screen. So we will change it and show on the screen. That is the Matsya. The next one is Matsya mudra. Okay, now what is this Matsya mudra? Matsya itself, the term Matsya, and repeat Om 10 times. What is the next mudra? Yeah, this is Matsya mudra. We are going to show it in another few seconds. Matsya means fish. What is the meaning of Matsya? Fish. You know, amongst the Dashavatara, the first avatara is Matsya avatara. Matsya means the Lord Vishnu took the form of fish. So this, see, you can see that mudra there show displayed. It is called Matsya mudra, fish-like mudra. Okay. Now I will explain what is this Matsya mudra and also explain it how to show that pose, the Matsya mudra. Now we have learned the Avaguntana Mudra, then Ankusha Mudra, then we have seen the Dhenu Mudra, which was little tough, and now the Matsya Mudra. I think this is very easy, very, very easy. So I will explain that Matsya Mudra, the fish mudra. Now the left hand palm, just like that it is shown, should go below. The palm of the left hand is taken placing the left palm. I'm explaining it. Matsya Mudra. The spelling is also given there on the screen. Matsya. Matsya. Matsya means fish. Mudra. Placing the left palm over the back of the inverted right hand. Move the thumbs like the fins of the swimming fish, keeping the other fingers stretched straight. This mudra is used mainly for the purpose of doing japa. So, what is the purpose of this mudra? Doing japa. This mudra is used mainly for the purpose of doing japa of some specific mantras during puja, keeping count on the fingers of the right hand. At this time, the right hand should be kept covered, which is what this mudra essentially accomplishes. Okay, I will again explain the significance of this mudra. This mudra is used mainly for the purpose of doing japa of some specific mantras during puja, keeping count on the fingers of the right hand. At this time, the right hand should be kept covered, which is what this mudra essentially accomplishes. Okay, I will show you on the hand how to put this mudra. I will put that here in the screen and show you on the screen. Okay, now see these are the palms. So the left hand goes up, the right hand comes down. Because we are doing japa on the right hand, the mantra is repeated, the mantra is counted on the right hand. So the right hand comes down like this. See, the thumb is stretched like this. These are the other fingers are stretched straightwards. Then this finger is covering this one. The right hand is below. Both are stretched like this. These are like the fins of the fish. It is to be moved like this. Then whatever mantra here to cover this, what do you call, the Samanyargya like this, it's covered. Then we are doing japa here. You know, your guru will have taught when you are being initiated how to do japa on the right hand. Okay. So I will take out my hand from the mudra and show you how to do that. And again, I will show after that how to do with the